Natural disasters, certainly we see in the news that natural disasters are becoming more and more prevalent, flooding or tornadoes or just all sorts of things. And those are, I'm in Boise, Idaho, and in Boise, Idaho, there's barely ever a natural disaster. I think we had a slight earthquake a couple years ago up in the mountains. But they're few and far between here in Boise. But something that could happen. We had a client again a few years ago that something tripped their sprinkler system in their office, and it hit their server room, and that the servers got flooded out, for lack of better terms, and they weren't protected. So it could be natural disaster as we see on the news, but it could be something simple as your building sprinkler system malfunctions and cause that problem. So, what can you do to make sure that if that happens, how do you get up as fast as possible? And keeping those backups off site is the key point here. And you might even keep them off site in multiple spots in case you run into the scenario where the client that we had their backup at Carbonite. They felt very safe that they had a cloud version of their system off-site, but when it really came down to it, they did not have that solution in place. And so maybe keeping multiple off-site copies available to yourself is never a bad idea. We used to have just a USB drive that we would upload to a cloud for backup, and then we'd also have a USB drive that once a week we would take home and swap out with another one. So we always had a full backup of our solution and our critical files, at least a week old if worst came to worst, and that's a worst case scenario.